Hi, Karen. I am Tara Lee, and I am going to be your therapist. First and foremost, I just want to thank you for coming in today. Um, and this is a safe space. Everything's going to remain confidential. The only way like something wouldn't was if you had intent to harm yourself or somebody else. Do you
Mhm.
have any questions before we get started today?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay, awesome. So before we get into too many like in-depth questions, can you tell me a little bit about yourself in general?
Uh, yeah, so my name is Karen. I am 38 years old. I grew up on a farm with three brothers, and I had both my mother and father with me. And just I have recently, in the past year, been in a car accident that has really changed my life. And I have honestly been in this kind of frustrating point in my life where it's like I can't. I'm afraid to drive. I'm afraid to go out with my friends, and I've also found that I am suffering from a little bit of PTSD. My father, he was a little bit abusive. He really liked to drink, and when growing up, I had an incident with him that really kind of shaped how I view drinking. And on top of that, because of me being afraid to drive. I also have felt isolated because that's what my friends like to do, so I can't go and see them, and I don't want to be around drinking, which is what they like to do. So it's really been isolating for me.
Wow, yeah, that sounds really difficult to navigate. So you got into a car accident, which I'm so thankful that you're okay.
Thank you.
And it sounds like it's really affected your life in a lot of domains.
Mhm.
Can you tell me when that car accident occurred? How long ago?
Yeah, so it was about, I say a year, it was about a year and a half ago. It was summertime, and I was in my van, and I got hit by a truck on the highway.
Oh my gosh. Um, so going backwards a little bit, you said that you grew up on on a farm and you
Hmm.
grew up with both parents,
Hmm.
and you have three brothers.
Hmm.
Can you tell me what you do? Do you currently work? Are you employed?
Yes, yep. I am a RN.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking care of, people.
Of
That's a great
course.
occupation. Um, so are your parents both still living or are they deceased?
My parents are both still living, but they are both retired.
Okay. And tell me about your relationship with your brothers. Are you guys close? Do they live nearby?
So we are kind of close. I moved away when I was in my 20s, right when I was about to go to college. So I haven't really like lived in the area with them in quite a while, but we still talk to each other for sure.
Okay. And I'm asking these questions. I just want to kind of get a little background information about what current supports that you have. I
Hmm.
know that you said that you're close with your friends, but since your accident, it sounds like, that relationship has taken, a little bit of a turn, just because, what they like to do socially is not really something that you want to partake in because of the
Hmm.
accident, you know.
Right,
Um,
right.
so, can you tell me a little bit more about the accident? Did you have any physical injuries at all?
Uh, yes. So I did have a couple physical injuries because of the impact. I ended up uh, getting a couple broken ribs, and because of the position of my arm, my left arm was broken. Um, But other than that, I think it was like the impact and the suddenness of it that really like gave me that sense of fear. Now every time I try to get behind the wheel.
Okay, yeah, and I could totally see how scary that not only that day was, but just thinking about putting yourself in that position driving again, how
Mhm,
how terrible that could really be.
mhm,
Um, so you did mention that that due to not being able to drive, you're a little bit isolated.
mhm.
Um, and you're not really hanging out with your friends. Is there anything that you're able, like, as far as socially, like, do you ride the bus? Do you walk? How are you getting around right now?
So right now, I basically take my bike everywhere to
Okay.
get to work, to just get anything really.
Okay. And when you're on your bike, do you still have like the same anxiety as getting behind the wheel? Obviously, it's less,
Mhm,
correct? Do you have any
mhm.
anxiety when you are riding your bike?
I would say a little, just involving like traffic and everything, but it definitely way less than behind the wheel.
Okay, all right. Um, and when can you kind of give me a little bit of insight on what kind of emotions that you feel when you do try to get behind the wheel?
Mhm. Um, so I feel fear and anxiety, but there's also a little bit of me that kind of feels a bit of guilt, and I'm not quite sure why. And that's really kind of been conflicting for me.
Yeah. Yeah, not sure where that emotion is coming from, why it's there. I could definitely see why
Mhm.
that would be kind of troublesome. Um, what what has helped you so far? Like, like what kind of ways are you coping so far? Is it um just completely removing yourself from driving? Is it um doing other things kind of to get your mind off of it? Like, what are you kind of doing right now to cope?
So to cope with this, I've kind of been like I have kind of been smoking a lot of weed. That's definitely been something that I have been doing daily, just to kind of ease my anxiety, and that has gotten me in trouble at work a couple times for sure.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, so yeah, it sounds like the way you're coping right now might not be working in other senses
Mhm,
of your life. So maybe finding something else that would be more beneficial all around.
mhm. Yeah.
Okay, so what if you could name like the top two things that you want to get out of therapy?
Mhm.
Can you sum that up for me, like what that would look like for you?
Yeah, I would like to work on some coping skills whenever I do get behind the wheel, just because there are a lot of aspects of my life that I would like to get back. Um, and I would really want to overcome this fear that I have. And I would also like to, I don't necessarily say that I want to drink again, but I would like to still be able to hang out with my friends and not feel that little bit of anxiety whenever I'm around alcohol.
All right. Okay. So so just to recap a little bit,
Mhm,
um you have three brothers. You grew up with both your parents.
mhm,
You're close with your brothers, even though it sounds like there might be some distance between you
mhm,
guys. And the reason why you're really, seeking out some help is because you were in a car accident
mhm,
that was pretty traumatic for you, it sounds like, about a year
mhm,
and a half ago.
mhm,
Um, and that's caused you a lot of anxiety around driving,
mhm,
but also around alcohol.
mhm,
So you're self isolating, you're not hanging out with your friends as much due to alcohol consumption. And
mhm,
then right now, maybe not the best way of coping, but what you're using right now is smoking marijuana.
mhm,
And as far as therapy, you want to work on some coping skills when you're driving, when
mhm,
you're you take that step to drive again, overcoming that fear, and then being okay around alcohol. Does that does that sum it up correctly? Is there anything that I'm missing that you wanted to add?
No, that pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, I think if you're willing to meet with me again, we can definitely kind of, go more into detail about, goals and treatment planning. And I think that we can get you back on the right track to meet those goals. Does that sound like a plan?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll schedule your next session on the way out, and I look forward to working with you.
Okay. Thanks. I look forward to working with you too.
Thank you.